guys, and welcome back to another video with your two favorite book nerds, Amy
and Kelly.
Today we're going to be doing another buddy read.
Yes.
Woo!
Greenteeth by Molly O'Neill.
Yes, this was Kelly's book pick.
It was my book pick, or is my book pick, and it is about a Jenny Greenteeth, who are folklore lake monsters, basically. And Jenny's living in her lake and just doing her thing. And one day there's a splash that catches her attention when she goes to find out there is a witch in her lake. So this witch has been condemned by her village and a new pastor who's working everybody up. And so Jenny decides to save this witch and pair up with her to kind of get rid of this pastor and save her village. So that is the premise. So, yeah.
And we did do multiple meetings, like throughout the book, so that way we could talk about it as it went along. As you guys have, if you've seen our buddy reads before, you know that's how we do things here. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it on back to our past selves for those updates, and then we'll see you guys for our final update and final thoughts on this book. So
let's talk about the book.
Talk about the book.
Yes, I did actually finish reading it, and I read the correct amount of pages and everything.
Nice.
So
good for you.
Yeah,
we're so proud. We're so
Thank you. It only took like
detailed note taking. That's what it takes.
Yeah. Did you know what this book was about when you picked it, or did you just pick it because of the cover?
Well, no, I mean, I knew the synopsis, basically. So, I mean, I knew that part. It's not what I thought so far, anyway. It's not what I expected. But, I mean, it's following the synopsis so far. I mean, it is. I guess I expected it's much cozier than I was expecting. I guess I was expecting a little more depth as far as I guess I thought there would be more about like feminism, Rage Against the Machine kind of thing. And maybe it will be later on, but so far, I don't know.
Yes, so far it's very kind of like light, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. And I didn't read the synopsis or anything, so I went into it blind because I like to go into books blind anyway. But yeah, it also was not what I was expecting either. Like, it just is a very light fantasy book. And like, even though like there has been some things that have happened, like nothing has felt like I'm that concerned at the moment. Like nothing has been like, oh my gosh. And I feel like
it's been
could have been that way.
Yeah. Because that's what I was like thinking, like these first almost 100 pages have like, I was almost boring. And I kept thinking, God, nothing's happening. But a lot happens.
Right. But
It's
it just feels like
nothing. It's like nothing that means anything yet, And that's where I'm like, oh, okay, well, I wasn't expecting cozy. So I'm a little disappointed at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think now I'm in this idea that it's cozy. So hopefully that's the expectation that I'll be going with. With for now. And because really when when she decided to save Temperance, I thought, the entire rest of the story would be about them scheming together to get back.
Mm-hmm.
And and then it didn't. And then that part went really quick. And when it didn't work, I thought, well, okay, well, now what are we going to do? And like, so there's been a lot happen, but it just, I don't know. It just doesn't.
There was no like real threat, or it hasn't felt like there's been like a real threat.
No.
And like all the action has gone by fast because of that. I feel like, because it's like you're not quite realizing that what you're reading is the action because it's just so chill. If that makes sense. Like, you know, like I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, it's gonna be fine because, you know, nothing's gonna happen at this point.
Right. There's nothing that's like building it. Like
Mhm.
when her first spell went wrong, there was nothing that happened to Temperance or Jenny that made anything harder.
Right.
You know, like Temperance didn't lose her power, or Jenny didn't get hurt, or, you know, lose her leg or something. They would just make it harder. There was nothing built on it. It just happened.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. Okay, so check that box. Now let's move on to the next thing. And it doesn't feel at this point, it doesn't feel like it's building on.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know. When I found out the whole deal about Jenny going into the village, which was so easy, and she didn't have any trouble with that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was just rather disappointed that the pastor was possessed
Yeah. He's
or whatever.
really possessed. He's the elder king or something.
The Earl King.
Yeah, Earl King.
Because I didn't know if he was like a real human that was possessed, or if it was just this thing masquerading as a person. I haven't gotten.
I think
I
it's
couldn't quite tell.
I think it's something masquerading as a person.
Okay.
Because the way that she described it when she was talking about like what it was is that it's kind of like oh my gosh, like what do they call those things? Oh, this is gonna bug me. There's like a ghost hunting thing where like if you give a lot of thought to something, it then becomes a thing. Like it's something that's not human, but it's like you give thought to it, and so then it possesses more power and it becomes more of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah,
talked
I know what you're talking about.
kind of like
Yeah.
also similar to like a tulpa. But like
Yeah.
he was like an inanimate thing, and then
Right.
people gave thought to it or like whatever, and then he became whatever.
Well,
Which it wasn't
that it just
well.
how do they know about it? If it, you know what I mean? Like it was this thing that was in this void.
Mm-hmm.
Well, which I guess never mind that, because it came out of the void or whatever a long time ago. So I guess they would have known about it, but
Yeah, but
I'm
still,
like, I don't know. It's just they have, I don't know.
everything's just been so easy for them. And I think that's part of the problem too. It's like they're like, oh well, we have like all of the knowledge except for like how to take care of it, like how to get rid of this Earl King. But so far it's been so easy. Like we know exactly where we need to go to find out this information, and we know how to get there, and like we have this troll who knows everything too, and it's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Temperance is just not missing anybody.
Mm-mm.
She's not upset that she got thrown in a lake. She's not upset that her entire village turned on her. She's not, I mean, of course, this whole thing is about getting her life back, and I get that, but she's a very sunshiny, it's like a sunshine grumpy sort of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, girl, why are you not traumatized right now? I know it's cozy. I get that. But she had like one sleepless night over missing her kids, and then now we're good.
Right.
Now it's like full on, let's go. She's not freaking out that she's, well, beyond the first day, that she's, living with a lake monster and she's dealing with other fairy creatures and now they're off to meet a fairy king and she's like not freaking about any of this.
Yeah.
They step through the door and there's a creature there that basically imitates her to kill them and she's just sitting on the side of the road going, "Hi."
Yeah, laughing.
Like, wait. What? Come on. And I'm getting the feeling that this is very cozy. Because even this goblin trader that they're dealing with, what's his name?
Brackus.
Marsh.
Yeah.
Brackus Marsh, which really Brackus March. He's not trying to bargain with them. He's not trying to hurt them. He's not like, is he our friend? Is he our enemy? They're not having to buy him off.
No, he willingly went on this trip.
Yeah.
For what? We don't know, but.
Oh, just because we don't want the Earl King it'll hurt his business if the Earl King spreads any farther. But then Jenny's motivation for saving Temperance was not all that great either.
Right.
I mean, it was later, but I'm thinking at first when they thought it was just a pastor, it's like send Temperance back into town with some story about how God saved her. By their own storyline, they should already know she's not a witch because she sank and drowned.
Exactly.
She didn't float. So, and, done deal. I don't know. I'm not impressed so far.
Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah, it's just very, very light, I guess. And that's why I'm kind of bored with it. I don't mind a cozy fantasy book. Honestly, sometimes the cozy fantasy books are better for me because they're really easy to follow as far as fantasy books go. So that works in my advantage. But I'm not in the mood for cozy fantasy. So I was really hoping that it would be more like, I don't know, like monster kind of a fantasy.
Yeah. And for being a lake monster that's by herself and eats humans, she's being surprisingly friendly.
Right? Like, this book started off where I honestly, they could have taken it with her being, a really scary lake monster. It started off that way where I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. She's gonna eat some people, maybe some bad men. You know what? I don't know. But, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
And then we went cozy.
Well, and I thought so too, because I thought the first bit, I thought Jenny's character seemed really non-human. As far as her trying to figure out what Temperance was doing in the lake in the first place, and then, well, should I eat her? Should I not? I'm really not that hungry.
Yeah.
And even though I thought it was kind of weak, even when she did save her, but even then I was like, well, why didn't you just take her up and toss her back up on shore? Why take her to your cave?
Right.
None of it seemed, if they had just done something like she wanted to, question her about why she was in the lake in order to preserve her lake or something. Because, like she said, she didn't want these people tossing everybody in her lake.
Right.
But she just seemed really non-human. And it did not take long, 10 pages, and she's acting more human, even though she continues to, try and remind Temperance that she's not human. I'm like, well, then stop acting human.
Right. Yeah.
Start eating something. Or, I don't know, being scary.
Yeah.
And I would love more description about her crawling around on all fours instead of walking upright. And maybe it would be more scary if it was from Temperance's point of view. Maybe we're just so used to being scared by monsters instead of reading from the monster. I don't know. She just doesn't seem scary enough to me.
No, but
Or
Temperance doesn't seem like she's scared either, so I don't think from her point of view it would matter because she's already
yeah,
past the yep, just a lake monster. She's my friend.
yeah,
So
yeah, she's my friend.
Mhm.
I don't know. But I did. There are details that I do like. Like they didn't. She's not describing Jenny as just like a green, pretty fairy human.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
like I think the picture on the cover is fairly accurate with the sharp teeth, and she talks about having like 2 or 3 rows of teeth
Yeah.
and claws on her hands, and that she walking upright is hard. So, and then beginning too when she was trying to get when she first got Temperance out of the lake, she picked her up and shook her upside down.
Yeah,
And then she had to cough all the river water up herself and before she could talk. I thought those are really cool details.
Yeah.
And then it just hasn't carried through so far yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hoping for better. It is just a third of the way through.
Right. And we're getting to, well, theoretically, what would be like a big plot, like action point of the plot.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it'll get better.
Yeah. And I also will say it's not badly written.
No.
It's very well written. It's just what she's writing about isn't very interesting to this point. But the writing itself is very good.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think.
it's been a good read as far as that goes. Like it was pretty easy for me to, because I just read it all today, and it was really easy for me to just sit and read it like in one go with no issues.
Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping for more. I'm just the good cozy fantasy still has like a message in it.
Mm-hmm.
It just does. It has some feeling to it. It has some meaning to it. And that's why I didn't really care for Legends and Lattes, because there wasn't really any meaning to it, to me anyway. And the one that we read, was it last year? The fortune teller one?
The Teller of Small Fortunes.
Yeah. It was just a lot of fluff. There wasn't a lot to it. And
Yeah.
I just really like there to be something to it.
Mm-hmm.
The Spell Shop with Sarah Sarah Beth Durst is cozy fantasy, obviously, but it's so there's stuff there. There's meaning there, and it's pretty good. I have the sequel to read now too. I've got it. But I don't know. I just don't like it just fluffy all the way through. Like, oh, here we go. We're just going to go on an adventure and everything will be fine.
Right.
I don't know. And there are real stakes here, even. That it just doesn't, I guess it doesn't feel like anybody's taking it seriously.
Yeah. No. Like it just it kind of feels like they all expect it to go how they want it to go, and it's all gonna be easy. And like they keep saying that they're like, oh well, like the king or whatever, the king of the fairies, whatever, he's so dangerous and whatever, but like no one is actually, like they're saying it, but I don't believe any of them believe that it's dangerous. Like it's just like just saying it to say it, and but no one's like taking that seriously, it feels like.
They're not scared.
No. Like they're just like, well, he's dangerous, but we're gonna go and talk to him anyway, and like this is gonna be so great. And yeah, like she's wearing a pretty dress now, so obviously he's gonna say it's okay.
It's all good. Yeah. And, we had to take the wild roads where nothing wild happened.
I was say for all of 2 seconds, where the only potential threat was that she could have wandered off, but guess what? She didn't, because why? We pulled out rotten fish.
Yeah.
And that broke the enchantment.
And see, that's the thing. It's like, why would Jenny even do that? Because to Jenny, it was perfect. It was good. It was like a delicacy. So
Right.
why?
Like, what made her think that rotten fish would stop the enchantment? Especially since it sounds like she hasn't really even traveled on the wild roads like for a long time, or she's never experienced the enchantment herself because it doesn't affect her. So like, how does she know? Like that
How did she know?
Yeah.
Well, and why didn't she just knock her over the head and knock her out and carry her?
Right?
I mean, that would be like feeling like, it's that's what I mean. It's like she's not human. She that would seem like a perfectly ordinary thing to do for someone who doesn't care or who doesn't understand that could hurt Temperance, or that it's rude to hit people,
Yeah.
that's human stuff. Or at least she and Brackus could have had an argument about it.
Right? That would have been so funny if Jenny would have just like knocked her out, and then Brackus would have been like, "What are you doing?" And then they would have had a little spiff right there. I'm like, that would have been hilarious.
Well, and they made this deal that Jenny has not had contact with humans.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know about etiquette or what's considered kind or what's considered a threat. She didn't know these things, but yet somehow
She does.
she acts human. And I don't know, because they just knock her out. And then Brackus, who travels and has had opportunity to see how humans are, could have to explain things to her.
Mm-hmm.
Or when Temperance woke up, she could have to educate Jenny on, we don't do that.
Right.
So I don't know.
Hello, baby. You want to come here? Say hello.
Hi, Bae.
Say hi.
There she is. Hi, pretty girl.
Hello.
Hi, pretty girl. There you are. Hi, sweetie. Her face.
She's like, put me down, Mom.
Let me out of here. Thank you.
I don't know. I don't really have much else to say about the book.
I don't either.
Hopefully,
No, it's just been pretty fluffy so far.
Yeah.
And just I'm not too invested in it. Like, if I didn't read anymore, I probably wouldn't. It's not going to keep me up at night wanting to know what's going to happen next.
Right. Yeah. No, same.
It's just a lot of fluff, but it is good writing. And there have been a couple minutes that kind of made me giggle.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish I really need to start marking things so that I know where to go back to. To say, oh yeah, this line made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been a couple of funny things.
Yeah.
But just not, I don't know. Nothing to really hook me yet. I'm not really caring much.
Yeah, me neither.
So I'm hoping it gets better. I want somebody to stab somebody else in the back, or I guess maybe it's weird that I almost keep expecting like Brackus to betray them or something, like maybe he's leading them into, and then I have to keep thinking, this is probably not that book.
Probably not, but that would be nice if it was.
Yeah, that would be something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm hoping for a little more on the whole, like, Temperance's like everybody turning on her. I know it was a thing, but dang, a little more justification, a little more trying to people, I don't know. Just to have this guy walk in and like his very first sermon had everybody like convinced that they were all bad and evil and needed to do better and we're gonna like in one sermon, I don't know.
Right.
I don't really think so.
His magic is that strong, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see and hope it gets better.
Hopefully so.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Okay. Let's say goodbye, Annabelle.
Oh, ew.
It's a popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. Bye, Annabelle.
So, the next part of the book.
So, yeah.
A direct quote from me today in a text message to someone else was, I legit almost fell asleep reading this stupid ass book.
Yeah. I just, man. I honestly, I had hopes when they got into their fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, okay, here we go. All right, it took a minute to get there, but here we are.
Yeah.
I continue to be let down. I just continue to be let down.
Yeah. Like I thought the reason why they got into a fight was stupid. It was childish. And I don't know. And then yeah, the resolution to the fight was like so simple. Everything's just so easy.
I actually didn't mind the reason they got into the fight. I mean, because it's a really good dynamic to have a fight over. Temperance being human and Jenny being a monster.
Yeah, but
Jenny's ready to kill everybody and take care of the problem, which I'm honestly with Jenny, but I mean, I get it could have been just a really good, and instead it wasn't.
yeah.
And although I do have to say, for probably the first time in this book, I actually like felt something because I was right there with Jenny being all kinds of petty, going, "Don't you talk to her. Yeah, you stay in that lake. You let them go off and do their damn thing. You stay in that lake." Yes, ma'am.
Yes, same.
So I was kind of like, for once, feeling something. But I got myself all kinds of worked up over it too, because I am so angry that Temperance did not apologize. I'm so mad about that.
That's fair.
I'm like, what? What? No. She was being just as petty and childish as Jenny was.
Yes.
And she had unreasonable expectations like Jenny did. And yet only Jenny has to apologize?
Right.
What? What? Why? That made me very angry, actually.
Jenny's the monster, and so Jenny was in the wrong.
Well, apparently, and it just kind of like gave me the whole feeling, like I felt probably through the whole thing, really, is that they can only be friends as long as Jenny behaves like a human.
Mm-hmm.
This is not an understanding between two races of people or two species. This is not a coming together of two very, very different people and being friends, trying to understand each other, no.
Yeah. No.
Temperance is only Jenny's friend as long as Jenny behaves like a human.
Yeah. But I mean, that has been kind of that's already been the thing throughout the whole book.
Yeah.
It's like there hasn't really been moments where Jenny has acted like a monster or the
Right.
monster that she is, except
Mm-hmm.
for like the very, very beginning. But then once Temperance came into the picture, she's human pretty much. She acts like a human.
Mm-hmm.
So there really hasn't been any, they haven't known any other way. And like us as readers haven't known any other way either. And that's why I think the fight didn't make sense to me as to why it started, because like now all of a sudden Jenny's a monster, like acting like a monster again, like that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't track for how she's been acting the rest of the time.
I don't think it tracks with the way she's been acting with Temperance. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's been hints of her, like, when she questions certain things in her head, like she doesn't understand why are we doing this? Why are we talking about what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so like the one time that Jenny's taking care of business, Jenny's like, I am the monster. I can take care of business here. And it backfires on her, which could be a great line for furthering the relationship.
Right.
But instead, we just find out that, quite honestly, they're not friends. Not at all. Like, I don't. And, well, honestly, I don't understand Temperance either. There was the whole scene when, what was it? I think it's close to the point where we stopped, where anyway, Jenny wakes up and Temperance isn't there, so she goes off and, she's talking about her kids and stuff. And Jenny makes the comment about, Temperance being worried that she isn't there to protect her kids. And Jenny makes this comment, well, you're taking care of the Earl King. That would be the biggest threat, wouldn't it? And I don't understand, even in a hysterical, losing my mind kind of laughter, why? And then she says to Jenny that's possibly the most insensitive or tactless thing.
Yeah, tactless is what she said.
Why?
It's like, but
I mean,
it's not.
not
It's
even
realistic.
not even I understand that.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about? I think you're just crazy. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Jenny was making more sense to me than anybody else.
Oh yeah, no, like I do agree. Um, although then again, Marsh kind of makes the most sense because his character's been very like the same the whole way through. So I appreciate
Yeah.
the consistency of Marsh. Like I know who he is and how he thinks. Yep, I'm following. He's my favorite.
Yeah, I don't know, but do you? Because I don't really see much character there either.
I mean, there's not a lot of depth to the character.
No,
There's not a lot of depth to any of the characters.
no. I'm just not sure. Like, to me, like, what is your point exactly?
Yeah.
I don't understand his point of,
I think
I mean,
maybe the comedic relief or something, but he's not very funny like that. Like if you,
no.
I was thinking, I'm like, while I was reading today, I'm like, okay, obviously think this is a cozy fantasy, so
Mhm.
don't expect, the action or the threat or like whatever. It's all gonna work out. It's all gonna be okay, and it's gonna be easy for everybody. And then I'm like,
Right.
okay, but like, what is it about this book that it makes it cozy? Because like it typically with a cozy fantasy, then you're going to have like those kind of comedic moments and you have the characters who are going to bring the levity to the situations, and like even though these are like big situations, like there's still that lightheartedness to them because of whatever. And it's like I'm not getting any of the like found family aspect. I'm not getting any
No.
of the comedy. I don't feel anything. They're just words on a page that I'm reading, and I really wish that I
Yeah.
wasn't reading them.
Yeah. And oh my Lord, the there's just nothing here.
Yeah.
There's no character development here. There's no relationship development here. And the plot is so thin. Hi, Fig. Hi, Fig.
Can you
Hey,
say, oh,
hello. Nope. I was just reading that whole scene with the pig, the wild boar.
mm-hmm.
And it's like, really, this is your plan? I can name you 30 different ways right off the top of my head that you could have done this without the whole rodeo scene involved.
Right? Like, okay.
God, y'all could have used your head, you could have used your skills. It was the first task, so it could have been easy. So we got progressively harder as we went along. And yet we had to have a rodeo scene of Jenny bull riding the wild boar.
Right.
And I was like, this is the dumbest thing I think I've ever read in my life. Well, that's probably not true. We've read some doozies.
We've read much worse. But I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't great by any means.
But I was just thinking, though, from the get-go, I just did not understand this plan. The boar was already coming down the canyon. Why did we have to have the dog chase him?
Right.
I mean, and it is an animal, so, you know, it's probably already going to be tempted to stop and eat the mushrooms without being distracted or wound up. That doesn't
worse
matter. And if we can grow mushrooms, then why can't we grow some kind of like poisonous mushrooms and just kill the damn thing? Or, you know, make it sick so it lays still while you comb it, or knocks it out while you comb it. I don't understand. I'm like, use your brains. Use your brains. I don't.
I think the mushrooms were supposed to like sedate the boar, but
Well,
there wasn't enough power in them for it to work, apparently.
okay. So the way I read it, the dog chased him down the canyon or the gorge, and that then he was gonna be all wound up. And then eating the mushrooms was supposed to calm him back down again, so that Jenny could jump on his back.
Mm-hmm.
So why wind him up in the first place? I think supposedly they had to get him wound up so he wasn't thinking clearly, but then we're going to calm him back down again. But
yeah,
why? It just made no sense. It made no sense. That one could have been easy. It could have gone smooth, and then just like the three got progressively harder as they went along. That would have been okay.
mm-hmm.
We didn't have to do that whole bit.
Right.
It's not even when Jenny got hurt. So they didn't need it for her to get hurt. I don't.
Yeah, because of course Jenny doesn't get hurt doing any of that craziness, but she gets hurt by falling off the side of a cliff on accident.
Right?
Like she just tripped. Like really? She literally got thrown through the air after riding on this big old boar that's like my size. She got thrown through the air, didn't break a thing.
Yeah.
Trips, falls a tiny ways down a cliff, breaks her leg. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get it. I just don't get the point of this book. I just don't.
Like, it's just, I don't know. It's so boring. I think it's so boring.
It is.
Like
it is.
I already know that everything's gonna work out and the Earl King's gonna be slain and like whatever, and Temperance is gonna get to go back to her family and blah blah blah. And at this point,
Yeah.
I don't care how we get there. I don't care.
Well, that's the point. I mean, cozy fantasy is just like, it it's like a romance. With a romance, there's going to be a happily ever after. You already know it.
Yeah.
So it's not the end that's going to surprise you. It's how you get there. It's all the stuff in between. And that's supposed to be what these are, is the relationships. That's what cozy fantasy is supposed to be about, is the relationships.
Yeah. And these
And it's
relationships are not developing.
they're not at all. And a lower stakes, or at least if there are stakes, then it's not like epic journey, epic quest to get it done. It is going to be fairly easy.
Hmm.
But to make it good, you've got to have some substance there. And there's just no substance here. And again, the whole thing that Temperance didn't apologize just bugs the shit out of me. And even Jenny doesn't care. I mean, she didn't even give it a second thought.
Yeah.
They don't talk about the fight. They don't talk about why they had the fight. Nothing. Nothing. They don't work through anything. I don't know. Whatever. I don't like this book. And I'm so disappointed.
Yeah. No, 100% same.
So disappointed. Ah. And you know what the thing is? So we stopped. They're at the end of they're getting on their third.
They're
The
about
third
to,
one.
yeah. And they're
Going
all,
to kill the unicorn. That ain't gonna happen. They're not gonna kill a unicorn.
no.
It's all gonna come down to Jenny's got the sword. Because Gwen just fucking said it. Sorry. He just said it. I try not to drop the F-bomb on you too much, but this book got me so frustrated. He just literally said it. And we already knew from way back when that the stinking sword is Excalibur. We've known it for the entire book.
Yeah. Because it's been hinting at it through the whole way. And once Gwen brought it up about how like there's only like 3 swords or like whatever that could kill it,
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, they're going to do all of this stuff. They're not going to, for some reason, they're not going to kill the unicorn. I don't know why yet. Maybe they won't find one. Maybe they can't get the job done. Everybody will be all low, and it's going to be the end of the world. And then, lo and behold. So the fact that she had the sword this whole time means that none of the rest of the book means a damn thing. Because we've had no relationships. We've had no character growth. We've had nothing else except the quest. And now the quest is going to mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
T. Kingfisher blurbed this book.
She did not.
A charmingly monstrous debut. So I've come to kind of figure out that, like, when authors blurb, they don't necessarily actually have read the book.
There's no way. There's no way.
Mm-mm. So I've got to stop getting taken in by blurbs, because I've actually, like, seen, like, publishing things about this, that they just write to different authors to ask them to blurb their book. It doesn't mean they've actually read it. They just write something on. T. Kingfisher did me dirty, though.
Yeah.
Because I thought, oh.
It's so crazy that someone would blurb a book that they haven't read. Because, like, it's literally like you're recommending a book that you haven't read to people. And so now, like, how am I supposed to trust you as an author if you are saying this book is good and it's not?
So there's this other one, Tom Holt, which I'm assuming is an author, a masterclass in the art of storytelling.
Bullshit. I could write better than this.
No.
No.
No. So, and this other one, I do agree with part of this one. H.G. Perry. I think I've heard of her. A joyful, warm-hearted adventure riddled with unique characters and poignant friendships. No, 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 no. Rooted deep in old magic and myth. Okay, that part I agree with. But poignant friendships? I haven't seen a friendship yet.
No.
Not a real one.
No, it's just all been of convenience and whatever.
Jenny is like the nerd in high school and the popular girls like being nice to her, and she's like so desperate for friendship she'll do anything and except be herself. And you know what happens in those movies? The Jenny realizes that she needs to be true to herself and screw the popular girl.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still have hopes. I still have hopes that Jenny will just go, you know what? Screw you. I'm a monster.
How can you still have hopes after this? That's wild.
Because we have to finish it and I need to grab onto something.
That's fair.
Because I am a popular, I love DNFing books. I have no trouble DNFing books. And the fact that I have to finish this book, I'm so disappointed because the synopsis was just so perfectly me.
Yeah.
I should have loved this book. And I don't.
Well, I don't feel like it delivered on what it promised you in the synopsis, so.
No.
It led you astray both in blurbs and synopsis.
It did. This was traditionally published. All right. It is still well written. Her writing is good. Her storytelling sucks, but her writing is good. I don't think I could finish it, period. We would have had to scrap this whole deal if the writing had been bad too.
Yeah. No,
we would have just had to. I couldn't have done it.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Like I'm not enjoying this story, but it's not the worst thing that I've ever read as far as the writing goes.
No, it is not. It is not. And I do think that she has good ideas. I think there's the bones of a really good story here. I just don't think she knows how to tell it.
Right. Because it feels like all of her ideas, like you said, she has really good ideas, but there's no like follow through or build onto those ideas.
Yeah.
At all. Like that's why everything is like so easy, because I don't feel like she knew exactly how to actually like make a whole thing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to have this threat, but I don't know how to get them from this threat to the solution or to like whatever. So we're just gonna, here it is magically, no explanation. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, Jenny will know what to do, or like whatever.
Yeah. Or how a story should build on itself.
Yeah.
You know, it's plotting. They're just, I don't know. And it still could have been, you know, it could have been a good friendship between a witch and a lake monster. It could have been a good friend. It could have been a good found family, because Jenny's obviously lonely and wants company and friendship. It could have been.
It could have been. Like, and she's very kind of like curmudgeon-y. Is that the word?
Mm-hmm. Curmudgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that word. Yeah.
That word.
I know what you mean.
She doesn't want to admit that she's lonely, and she wants the friendship and the family. And so like that would have been like so perfect for her if we could have actually had that develop. Because it's like she's saying she's against it, but really she secretly wants it. And so then it could have been like, you know, we're warming the heart of the monster kind of a situation.
Yeah.
Like showing her that there's more to this life and so whatever. And it could have been so good.
It could have been. And I mean, seriously, Brackus needed some personality.
Yes.
Okay, he's a goblin and a traveling salesman. Why is he not acting more like a salesman?
Right?
There's times he does,
Yeah.
but
I need it more, like all the time.
that's the kind that you start out not knowing if you can trust them because they've got their own agenda. And I
Right?
think that's what I keep expecting. I keep expecting that he has his own agenda here. Because why else did he go with them?
Right, exactly. I mean, that was the impression that I had when they started on the journey, that he was in it like for something that he wanted, but we don't know
Right.
what. And like now, in all of their things, I'm like, okay, there is nothing here that makes me think like you have an ulterior motive. Like you're just here.
Right. Just there. Just
Yeah.
because apparently he wanted to tag along. I don't. And I mean, I get the whole like, well, if he takes over, then there goes my business kind
Yeah.
of thing.
I feel like,
But
but that's enough. He
it's
can always
weak.
go somewhere else. Yeah.
I mean, Temperance has her family and her village. Jenny has her lake. That's like their whole worlds.
Yeah.
And he's just tagging along because, well, I don't know. Who am I going to sell my stuff to?
Yeah.
I, I don't know. And what has he offered? I mean, Temperance has done some spells. Jenny's carrying the bulk of doing the stuff.
Yeah, and even the fairy king Gwyn's wife has done more than Brackus has.
Yes.
She like
Yeah.
gave the comb and like all the food and everything.
Like, what has he really offered up here? I don't know. That's what I mean. He just is just there. He's not really much of a character.
Yeah.
He's just kind of tagging along.
Yeah.
And I feel like the dog was just thrown in there so they'd have a dog.
Right. Yeah.
The boar, hunting the boar, I guess I got, but after that, there wasn't much of a reason to have the dog around.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh.
It's a disappointing book.
It is a disappointing book. I think so much so because I did have such high hopes for this book. I really did. And I think that's why I'm just so extra disappointed in it. Like,
That's totally fair. It's totally valid.
why? Oh. I don't know, but it did make me feel awful petty because I was right there with Jenny. So I guess it made me feel something.
Something that you already would have felt. Like,
Probably.
yeah.
Probably.
Our
Because
good
I just remember
go-to setting is pettiness, don't you know?
yeah. When Jenny was in the lake and Brackus was telling her they'd have to go without her, and Temperance is just there practically smirking. I mean, oh yeah, girl, you stay in that lake. You stay right there in that lake. You let them go on without you. That's right. That's right, girl. You do that.
Yep.
Oh well.
And then she
No,
gets save the day. And does she get a thank you? Does she get an I'm sorry? Nope.
no. No. And that's what I'm like.
Neither one. We're like, we're so sorry we left you behind. We're so sorry that I was being a little turd. Like, nothing.
Thank you. Thank you for saving us. How did you get here? Why did you get here? What happened? Oh, thank you, Jenny. I'm so sorry too. Oh, that is another thing that's kind of hacking me off about this book, quite frankly, is that it is breaking every rule of fairy there is. They're saying thank you. They're saying I'm sorry. They're eating the food. Well, you don't eat the food. These are the hard and fast rules of fairy. You don't, as a human, you don't do these things.
Exactly.
and I'm like, oh, okay.
Maybe they're trying to like play it off as it's okay because Jenny and Brackus are like the low fae. They are part of the fairies, so they wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, but when they go to court, they're eating stuff, they're accepting gifts. Temperance is saying thank you and please, and and you want me to think that you're writing folklore here? Come on. Bugged me. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, maybe. There's still 100 pages left. I know it's not going to. I know we're going to meet up on Saturday and I'm going to I told you.
Yeah.
The entire book meant nothing because Jenny had the sword the whole time.
Yeah. I can see it happening. And so can Figgy.
And I know exactly how they could make it work, and I know exactly how it's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh well. All right. Maybe there'll be something like Temperance will tell Jenny that she's so sorry she ever expected her to act like she was something other than she wasn't. Maybe. I know.
I think you're hoping for too much there, but we'll see.
I'm reaching.
You are.
I don't want to read the rest of this book.
I don't either.
I've been reading a Murderbot book at the same time, so.
Right.
Well, at least I have that.
True. Yeah. I don't even have a good book to veer off into, and this one's so bad. I finished The Whisper Man this morning. It was so bad.
No.
2 stars.
Oh.
And that was when I actually really started thinking of do I just love to torture myself, or am I just that delusional where I think books are like my exes, where I think if I give them enough time they'll change and be better, but they never change and become better? Delusion.
I have to get through it. I'm any other book, I would have probably hit about the 50, 60 page mark. At this one, I would have been like, no. Mm-hmm. Just no. Take a picture, put it on Pango. I am done with it.
Yeah.
I'm all done. And I just keep thinking of all of the probably so much better books that I could be reading right now. I have this book I could be reading right now. I have this book I could be reading. And of course, I was sure I was going to like this book too, but hey, at least I know this author can tell a story.
I'll say, yeah.
Any of them. Any of them. Yeah. I could be reading this one right now.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
I could be reading this book.
You should be reading that book. Should we we should just DNF it now and just switch to reading My Heart's a Chainsaw?
I almost changed my mind and did this one.
We should have done that one.
Should have done that one instead. Yeah.
Should we you can have that one read by Saturday. We just read Immortality and just talk about that and how we DNF Greenteeth. And
we could. I just couldn't do it. No. There's less than 100 pages left.
We can do this.
I've gotten this far.
Yeah.
That I am finishing it now.
Yeah, we're too far to quit now.
We're too far to quit. Too far. Unfortunately. So, yeah, so many others. But yeah, that is why I DNF early. Because if I'm not hooked within the first 2-3 chapters, like if I don't care about anything by that point, there is no point in going on.
Right.
I mean, maybe it could get better, but do I care? Even if it did get better, would I care at that point? I don't know. Maybe. I will say when we read Gideon the Ninth, that one you're going to have to give a little time to,
Okay.
because and it's a bigger book too, so
Yeah.
it has more, a little more time to get into it. But I liked the first part because I liked Gideon from the get-go.
Okay.
But as far as story-wise, to get to the really, really good part, it does take a minute to get there. There's
Okay.
quite a bit of setup in it. So I'm just going to warn you that up front, but it will pay off.
Okay.
It will.
That's a good to know. Thank you for the warning.
I'm so looking forward to reading it again. Then maybe I can go back and read Harrow again, and I will actually understand it this time.
Yes.
Doubtful, but it's a possibility. Maybe I will. I do, because I just think there are books I'm going to love. And I want to get to those books. I don't want to waste my time on something that I don't care about, or I'm just ultimately not going to like. Because there will be books I love.
Yeah.
And I would rather spend that time there. So apparently, when I'm 20 books into a series, I can't stop, even though I know.
Yeah, October Day.
Exactly. They've gotten progressively worse. But I don't know how they're going to save themselves. But I still have hope. I'm like, surely, I think we're on book 19 is coming out this year. And she's never said how many books are going to be in the series, but I'm like, we've got to be getting towards the end.
I hope that's the last one.
We've got to be. All of like the major, like really major storylines, the major mysteries are starting to be solved. So I'm like, okay, well, we've got to be close. We got to be close. I'm going to go read Murderbot before I go to bed because.
Nice. Sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah. Save that for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not touching it anymore today.
Oh gosh, I feel like I've really dogged on this book enough, I guess.
Yeah. For now, we'll probably have more Saturday.
Probably so. Oh, I have no doubt, because I know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it gets there could possibly save this from being a 1-star read. How the end comes up. And I'm giving it 1 star because it's well written. That's yeah.
Yikes.
So far. Because the plot is just killing me. There's no character development. There's nothing to this book but words on a page. They are well put together words. They are well chosen words. That's about all I can say right now. The folklore is just so thin too. If it had been a lot of historical fiction, a lot of folklore, I'm seeing characters from folklore, but not a lot of folklore feel. It doesn't feel like a folklore story. I'm even having a really hard time placing this in history. Like, I know when it is in my head, but I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
There's no context to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is well written. So if she makes it an even halfway interesting ending, then I'll probably give it 2 stars. But we'll see.
Yeah. Wouldn't hold my breath.
A little bit of character development, a little bit of a satisfying ending, and I'll give it 2 stars. But I know I'm not going to give it much more than that. She'd have to put off a spectacular ending to get me to 2.5 at this point. Apparently I wasn't done dogging on this book, so we'll see you Saturday.
Yes, we will see you on
All right, so that's been our thoughts on this book so far.
That's been that.
And now that we finished it, my thoughts haven't changed a lot.
No.
No.
No. No.
I still have the same feelings.
Pretty much. The unicorn thing did not go as I predicted it would, but it was not far off.
Yeah.
And it was worse.
It was so worse.
It was worse.
It was so worse. Like,
It
at that part I was reading, I'm like, this is so dumb.
It was very, very dumb and out of the blue. It came out of the blue. You know, Jenny couldn't kill the unicorn. And the reason for it was just completely out of the blue.
Yeah.
No setup to it, no hints to it, no nothing.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was just like...
Yeah, it really was.
And
it was really not well done. And then, of course, Temperance's reaction for once was spot on.
Mm-hmm.
But then as soon as... Oh, I think even then Baracus had to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, oh, well, I understand.
Yeah. Just like,
okay.
okay.
And you know how I, was so angry that Temperance never apologized to Jenny? So when she did apologize, I was, infuriated. That, nailed the coffin in my hatred for Temperance.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. The whole, I should have said I'm sorry, but I just wasn't over it yet. I wasn't ready to let go. So Jenny had to let go and apologize.
Before she was ready.
But Temperance, she just bide her own time.
Yeah. Because that's fair. Mm-hmm.
All right. I also did say that if the ending pulled it out and surprised me, then I would bump it up to a 2. So I am going to bump it up to a 2.
Yes.
Because the ending, the last 3 chapters, maybe 4 chapters anyway, the last 30, 35 pages were amazing, honestly.
They finally gave what I wanted the whole book to be.
Yes. It was consistent. It was well plotted.
It got a little dark, too.
Got real dark. Real quick.
Yeah. It didn't match the rest of the book at all. It was good, but it was also kind of bad because it just felt out of place.
Yeah.
The whole story we have, and it's got this, very cozy feeling, everything's super easy, and you're just nothing's ever going to happen to these characters. They're always going to get out of every predicament. And then we get to the end, and it's just they might not make it. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't.
Well, the whole tone of the end did not match the rest of the book. And just the fact that it was so well done did not match the rest of the book, at all. But it was what I was saying all along, your plot has to build on itself. Mm-hmm. And when it went wrong, and Jenny just kept going with it, it was deeper and deeper and deeper. And even the kind of twist that Temperance wasn't dead was consistent with, I knew when Jenny did it,
mm-hmm.
that she didn't kill her.
Right.
I knew that. So I already expected that twist, but it was really good. It
mm-hmm.
was well done.
It was very well done.
But the whole, there's a whole plot point at the end centering around King Arthur
mm-hmm.
that was mentioned, because the sword has been there, and we knew it was Excalibur the whole time.
Yeah.
But the depth of it came out of the blue.
Yes.
It was just nothing that deep was ever hinted at or talked about at all.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, had she spread that out through the whole book, I would have been so much better. So much better. That's why I can't give it a 3, was because of that. But the ending was really good, actually.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
I did too. The ending was my favorite part of the book. I still wasn't like amazing, but it was my favorite part of the book by far.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It just is really sad it took so long to get to something good.
That good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the last, 100 pages? Not even 100 pages?
Not even. I would say maybe 50 pages.
And only half of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Overall, still really disappointed in this book. I think it could have been so much better.
It could have been. Like, the setup was there for it to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And it just missed the mark.
It just wasn't...
I don't think that it was, all of the blurbs were wrong. I don't think that the synopsis on the back of the book was accurate for what it was.
Mm-mm.
I think it was, like, very, like, I don't want to say falsely advertised, but, like, I feel like I went in expecting something and I didn't get it at all.
No, me either.
Yeah.
Me either. But, we read it.
We did. And it came off your TBR shelf, so
it did come
another
off,
book down.
It did come off the TBR shelf, so that's good. And well, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know if I want to read from her again.
I don't.
This is her debut, so it's possible that
It'll get better.
she'll get better with the plotting and stuff, because her writing is not bad at all.
Yeah, her writing is good, and it's easy to read,
Mm-hmm.
easy to follow, which for me is a big thing with fantasy books. Like, I need to be able to follow
Yeah.
them. And yeah, she does a good job. She's no T. Kingfisher,
No.
but
No. And if she had been consistent with her characters, then I think I could have liked her characters.
well, if she would have just added more to the characters. They needed more. They felt very, like, one-dimensional to me.
Mm-hmm.
In a lot of times throughout the book. Like, I wanted more depth from them, and I wanted to see them, like, grow and change, like, together. Because anytime that you have, like, a story where they're going on, like, a journey or a trip or something like that, you kind of expect there to be growth, especially when they're, like, traveling with a group. You have the found family. Like, it's just those expectations that you have.
Except their relationships grow.
Yeah.
They grow together.
Right.
They learn.
They help each other grow.
Yeah. They learn to
yeah.
accept and love each other,
Yeah.
Which happened at the end.
The very end. Yeah, like, we had this whole book where we're just like, pretty much, they're just acquaintances still, and we haven't
Mm-hmm.
really gained a whole lot of, like, love between them, or, like, whatever. And then the very end, it's just like, oh, Auntie Jenny, and, like, all this, like, goddaughter, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well, and just the inconsistencies in their character. Like, there was the whole scene with the soldiers, and Temperance was, like, pitching a fit because Jenny, and that's what caused the whole blow up that lasted forever. But then at the end, when they were talking about using this little sword that they went on the quest to make, they were talking, Brackus pointed out that, he's inhabiting the pastor's body. So if we use this, it's going to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And Temperance was like, well,
That's fine.
maybe I can heal him, but if not, we'll just throw him in the woods.
Right.
And I'm like, that's not her character.
No.
That's really not her character. But in the beginning even, it was never explained. Like, she never tried to explain herself to Jenny why they couldn't kill these soldiers. It's just not a human thing to do. It's not what we do. We have to care about other people, even if they hurt us or threaten us. Or personally, I would have killed the soldiers and thrown them in the woods anyway. I was with Jenny the whole time. But she never tried to explain herself. And so when her character flipped at the end, there was never any progression that would show why she would all of a sudden be fine with killing somebody.
Right. Because, like, her whole thing, the entire book, was that she was doing this to save her kids and get her family back and save her village and all of that. So, I mean, like, that's a pretty good reason, I think, for wanting to, like, be okay with killing a person, I suppose.
Eliminate the threats.
Exactly. So,
and then you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we may not like it. She could have agonized over it. She could have waffled about it. And in the end said, well, I don't know what else to do, and we have to kill the Earl King.
Mm-hmm.
We have to banish him, and
Yeah.
She could have shown some sort of like
Inner.
like some
war.
conflict over
Yeah.
it. And no, she didn't.
No, she went from being like
Not at all.
super like warm and overly caring for strangers to just cold-hearted.
Yep, kill him.
Like,
Well,
Karen, we don't
if
care.
that's what happens, it happens. So those kind of character inconsistencies, if she had built characters, I could have liked her characters. I'm just thinking, with her writing, I think, because I was on my way to liking Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
If the author had not treated Jenny the way she did as far as her character development, I would have liked Jenny as a character.
Yeah.
Because in the end, it also talked about Jenny herself thinking what we've said all along, she's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
She's not human. She shouldn't behave like a human.
Right.
Or if she does, there should be some sort of like, I'm so lonely, I want these people to accept me, so I'm going to behave human.
Mm-hmm.
Some actions
Which
that show
she
that.
said at the end also.
Which she said at the end.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we've been saying this the whole book.
And it's like, you can't just say at the end, you've got to show your character that way through the... Okay, well,
Mhm.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Point being, I don't know. Maybe she'll grow as an author.
Maybe. I hope so.
I like the idea of the story, honestly. It was something I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And if it had been plotted better, it would have been a happy surprise. It wasn't, so I didn't. But still, I think, and I've said before, her imagination is good. The ideas are there. It's just learning how to structure a plot around those ideas that I don't think she's got. And maybe that's something that will come later on, but I don't know. I'll be pretty iffy on it.
Yeah. I don't think that I'm not gonna seek out anything
No.
from her. But
No.
if a book of hers does like gain some traction or something, I might look into
Yeah,
it. But
maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Probably not.
I still can't quite believe it was traditionally published. I just can't.
I can't either.
I think that, publishing tends to like jump on the bandwagon of anything that is a popular thing. You see it all the time. Like I've watched, I don't know how many videos talking about like own voices books that the publishing community, the Big Five, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
were so anxious to get own voices books out there that they were just like taking anything and publishing as fast as they could to ride the wave while it was there. I think cozy fantasy is one of those waves right now too, that they're just like throwing anything out there. Whatever.
Yeah. Something's gotta stick eventually.
You gotta just throw as much out there as you can to ride the wave to get the money while it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And that means publishing quick. You can't do the whole, 2 years or so to publication, because then the readers will be on to something else. But I think maybe that's part of the reason why, because
We can go with that.
dang, I've read self-published books way better than this. Anyway, 2 stars for me.
Yeah, I think I'm also doing 2 stars. Because I didn't hate it. I rate my books on how it made me feel, and I don't have strong feelings of hatred. I just really didn't like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was rough getting through it.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Until the end.
Until the very end.
I was really regretting those last 190 pages, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then it hit the stride, and I was like, dang, I went through the end pretty darn quick.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway, I would say if you like cozy fantasy to the point where you are willing to read anything out there, like you just want to gobble it all up, read it. Read it. If you're somebody that can turn off your logical brain while you're reading, I have a problem with that.
I do too.
Then read it.
Yeah, this is definitely a very much like turn your brain off kind of a book.
Yeah.
Like, just, you're not thinking at all.
Yeah. Yeah. If you just want
You just need something to read.
something to read that's a good, cozy afternoon, you want to pick something like airplane read, like I said, it's not bad in the sense that you just can't read it.
Mm-hmm.
You can. And it's well written. And if you don't mind few inconsistencies, if you can gloss over those sorts of things, then yeah, sure, read it. Read it.
I agree. But,
So.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
I think I just stroked out for a second there. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Yeah. I'd forgotten about that. Oh boy. Okay.
Okay. Well, so yeah, that was our thoughts on Greenteeth by Molly O'Neill. I don't know what our next buddy read is going to be. I don't think we have anything picked. We have some options. We have a lot of options.
We have a lot of options. We've talked about doing, every time we talk about a book, we should buddy read that this fall.
Yeah.
We'd be doing nothing but buddy reading if we read them all.
Pretty much. Which I'm not mad about, but that's a lot. It's a lot of buddy reading.
That's a lot of buddy reading.
So, yeah. But we'll keep you updated on what our next one is going to be, or like whatever. If you have any recommendations for us for buddy reads, let us know down in the comments, or just any recommendations in general. As always, we welcome them with open arms. Also, speaking of reading things together.
Yes. Our book club book for September is How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin. That will be our book club book, which we will be discussing now on the last Sunday of the month. We're changing it from the first to the last because we seem to have issues with the first. Oh, kind of just my shirt a little bit. Anyway, we seem to have a few issues with the first Sunday of the month, so we're going to try doing it on the last instead. So, which kind of makes a little more sense.
Yeah, because then we're talking about the book that we read that month, in the month that we read it in.
Yeah. A little less confusing that way.
A little bit, yeah.
Little bit.
Hopefully.
So,
we'll see how it goes. But.
So anyway, this is about a woman who goes to a fortune teller, and her fortune says that she is going to be murdered. And so this woman goes out to try and solve her own murder before it happens. But plot twist, she gets murdered.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so her niece comes along. I don't know if she inherits the house or something. Anyway, she gets involved, and she starts to dig through her aunt's research to try and solve her aunt's murder. So she using all the detective work her aunt did in trying to solve her own murder. So that is what we will be reading in September.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah.
So read along with us, and then join us for our live discussion the last Sunday of September.
Yes.
Also, some other things that you can do. You can, if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. Let us know that you enjoyed hearing about another one of our buddy reads. Also, go on down and hit the red subscribe button down below the video. Join the Everyday Adventurer family so you can make sure that you don't miss out on book club and all of our other book videos that we have coming out every week. And you can also go and follow us over on TikTok and Instagram at Everyday Epic Book Club for even more bookish content, which we're kind of behind on, but we promise.
A little bit.
We're going to do better. I'm not going to promise anything, but we're going to do better.
We have a plan.
We have a plan.
We have a plan. Yes.
Which is the first step.
It is.
So we're doing it.
Yep. And in addition to that, you can go check out the rest of Amy's channel, because it's not just all book content. There are other videos about home decorating and home organization and deep cleaning and shopping hauls and home renovations. I don't remember if I said that already. Anyway, there's also some training for a half marathon going on that is, what, in October?
Yep, October 12th.
Yes. So do that, and then also go check out her blog, which has some articles on travel as well as features like Watch It Wednesdays and Foodie Fridays. So do everything we've talked about and become a part of the entire Everyday Adventurer family.
It's a good time.
Well, we have a good time. Huh?
Yes.
That's all that matters,
That
right?
really is all that matters, honestly.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And I'm Amy.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are
The Everyday Epic.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
My jingle bracelets.
Jingle.
Jingle bells.
I got
jingle
spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle. I went to a country western show last night.